All right, today, guys, we're going to be viewing a public service announcement, and it's on this page called Find Your Park, and it is a public service advertisement or announcement from the National Park Service. But it's so short, it's only about a minute long. I wanted to preview with you the questions that you're going to be asked before you watch it, or at least part of it, so that when you watch it, you'll be watching for these things. So here's the video that you're going to watch, and it just says to, pause or rewind it or replay it. I really think you're going to need to watch this more than once. And consider what you think or feel when you hear the phrase national parks. As you view and listen to the video, adjust your view of parks as needed based on the evidence presented in the PSA. So here are your questions that you're going to be answering in the Analyze the Media. If you saw on Google Classroom, this is the Analyze the Media activity that you're going to be doing. It's just like they analyze the text, but it's not a text, it's a video. So we're just has a little bit of a different name. So you have 5 questions here, and then you have some research at the bottom, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. But first of all, the PSA sequences images and words in categories to build toward an overall impression of its subject. List examples of details from each category to map the structure of the message. So basically, you're going to be looking for an example of something from nature. There's all kinds of examples in the video. So as you watch it, note what you see from nature, and then you can list several things. I would say 2 or 3 things in this box. History and culture. There are several things that are historical and cultural references that are made in the video. You can list those here. People. So what kinds of people do you see in the video, or do you see people in the video? Just comment on that. Activities that are shown in the video, and then what is your overall impression of the video? And then 2, describe the interaction between the music and the on-screen text reading park in big letters. How does this interaction help organize the PSA into the categories listed in the above chart? Well, it's actually the chart that's in the last question. For some reason, it's not showing back up for me. It's still loading. But anyway, so you have to think about the music that goes along when they have the big park letters up there. So how does this interaction help organize the PSA, the video, into the categories listed in the chart above? So again, you're probably going to have to watch it more than once to catch all of these details, which is fine because it's very short. How would you characterize the pace or the speed of cuts between images? So that just means how quickly the images are changing. How would you say the pace of that is, the speed of that? Is it too fast? Is it too slow? Is it just right? Can you take it all in? Do you have to rewatch it? And how does this pace serve the purpose of motivating viewers to go visit a national park? So the purpose of this PSA is to make you want to go to that website, findyourpark.org, to make you want to go to that website and say, hey, there's a national park here when we're going to visit Uncle Joe. Let's go visit this national park. Or Mom and Dad, can we go see this national park? You can go there and do this particular thing. Okay? So how does this pace serve the purpose of motivating viewers to go visit the national park? So if you don't think it motivated you, think about how it might motivate someone. And support your answer with specific details from the video. What kinds of sentence lengths and structures are used in the voiceover? How do these types of sentences enhance the pacing and message of the PSA? I would just say think about sentence length, and that's what it says here, length and structure. So how do these types of sentences, once you've identified what types of sentences are used, why do you think that they use those types of sentences, and how does it affect the message? And then number 5, everything's being really slow today. Okay, I had to pause the video for just a minute until that loaded. What is the overall effect of this PSA? Explain how it does or does not achieve its purpose through media techniques, and support your response with evidence from the PSA. So, just in your opinion, there's no really right or wrong to this, as long as you discuss it using the details. What is the overall effect? Is it effective? Did it meet its purpose of what it was planning on doing? So again, let's talk about the elements that you could discuss using that, the media techniques and purposes. Um, so the purposes could be to entertain, to share information, to persuade. Um, for example, the maker of a media message may have a social, commercial, or political goal in mind, and many messages are created with a combination of purposes and motives. So, again, what is the motive here? And how did they use music and sound effects, the voiceover narration, and you can read these descriptions, but I think you know what all of these are, the images and the words, and this last one down here, juxtaposition. Juxtaposition means the way that everything is put together. So sequencing shots implies a connection between ideas and events. So like the connection between the music and the images, between the music and the words on the screen and the voiceover. So just all of those things juxtaposed, put together. How effective is that? So when they're asking you about how the techniques were used, that those are the things that they're talking about on question number 5. So let's look at that just one more time. Explain how it does or does not achieve its purpose through media techniques. So go back to your Get Ready page to look at those techniques if you need some more help on this one. Okay. The National Park Service, so that's your 5 questions. The National Park Service has 417 areas that provide a wide variety of experiences for the public. Research one national park. What features does it have and why should people visit? What audience might enjoy it most? And record what you learn about your chosen park in the chart. And then it says create a poster advertising it. We're not going to do that part today. I just want you to um, research one national park. Okay. I know we have state parks around here. There's probably some state parks around here you've been to, but I want you to do a national park. So I think one of the best things that you could do for that is to go to findyourpark.org. That's the website that they had at the end of the video. And maybe it's going to take me there eventually. Again, it's being slow today. Well, I paused it for a minute, but I wasn't able to get to the Find Your Park website. Maybe you can later, but you could still, I believe, um, type in national parks. And here's another one, U.S. National Park Service. All right, so that might be a better, there we go. So you can search by state. You can search, so let's just see what we've got in Arizona. And here's a list of national monuments and national parks in Arizona and national historical sites. So all of those could count. Grand Canyon National Park is one that you've probably heard of. So that's a good site for you to find your park that you want to research. Don't spend too much time figuring out which one you want to do. Just find one that you're interested in. And then what are 2 features of it, 2 reasons to visit, and who do you think the target audience is? Like who would enjoy visiting these parks? Okay. So that's all you have to do for today. And look at that. They actually put the website right there too and gave you in the research tip. So the Find Your Park website didn't work, but that one does. All right, that's all I've got for today. If you have any questions, class, make sure you ask.